You see, there are remote courses as well as immediate courses. The immediate courses include the threat from the Commissioner of Police, the non-compliance of the university authorities with the agreement we had to forestall the protest. And of course, we had some remote courses such as the non-issuance of ID cards, the poor welfare condition of students on campus, and of course, we have the issue of non-usage of hot plates in the kitchenette, which is, of course, one of the things that makes students survive on campus. What we said in a meeting with the Vice Chancellor and other members of Senate, an expanded management meeting, as they call it, is that there should be a release with a tone of apology in it to students, because definitely for 3 semesters, we haven't received our ID card. So definitely should apologize for such things. It's a mistake on their part, not on our part. So to calm the situation down, it was, as regards the emergency issue on ground, the Congress already resolved that it will go on a protest, that students will go on a protest on Democracy Day, and to calm that down, we needed that students be pacified. That was our recommendation to the authorities.
Well, on the threat from the Commissioner of Police, I would say actually I did not receive the call. It was the President who received the call. But I know we don't live in an ideal society, but we still should be guided by the law in whatever thing we are doing. In an article written by Femi Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria, he made some recommendation to the police force in Nigeria that it's clearly written in the Code of Conduct for the Nigeria police that whenever there's issue that relates to public demonstration and rallies, they should play neutral position whenever they're acting in official capacity. You see, if it is a threat, if they have the opinion that it will lead to being hijacked or it will lead to crime, the criminal code is there for anybody who contravenes, for anyone who commits crime. And it's just simple because this is a right that is guaranteed by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And if at all you want to restrict a fundamental human right, you can actually approach the court. If you have information that, okay, this particular protest will lead to something other than planned, you can approach the court of law and get injunctive relief. And I think that's fine. But to hear from the Commissioner of Police threatening students, they are meant to protect us. Of course, I can only conclude that he has just justified the fears of Nigerian students about police force. I don't know where the cliche is. And police are friends. I doubt that. Although there's rumor all around that the Commissioner of Police is a PhD student of the University of Ibadan. So I wouldn't know, maybe that's an attempt to demonstrate loyalty.
Well, it was meant to threaten, definitely. We wanted to scare students from exercising their democratic right. We have the right to express ourselves, albeit peacefully, which we did eventually. Nothing was eventually broken, nothing was vandalized. University of Ibadan students are peaceful people, peaceful students, and of course, records have shown that. So that phone call was meant to threaten me, was meant to probably make me even abscond the university so that the police won't get at me and then get arrested. Well, it's a demonstration of shame, unfortunately, because my dad is a retired police officer. Yeah, he served this country for 35 years. So I do not expect that one who is still serving the country will be threatening somebody who has fulfilled all righteousness as regards service to nationhood. So as regards the call from the police commissioner, it was just a wrong step taken in the wrong direction. You understand? So it was meant to frighten students, but eventually students got to know about it and decided to call his bluff. So it was one of the reasons why students went out that day. First thing right now is that the student union is under suspension and students want their union back. No university can thrive as a university without a political body that protects the rights and interests of students, that articulates their demands. So there is need for the restatement of the Students' Union of our university, which is under suspension according to what we saw on the university's website. That is one. Secondly, the unjustly rusticated and expelled student of the university must be reinstated. That is another demand. Thirdly, welfare board meeting, which has not held for 20 years, as the Vice Chancellor said in a radio interview. 20 years must be held. It needs to address the sundry issues as regards student welfare on campus. There is need for us to attend to come into our hostels. It's like we live in slums. Our smart boards in our faculties are not working. There are several issues. Come and look at our libraries, like museums, our laboratories, without functional equipment. Our facilities are bad. So there's need for us to review the welfare situation on campus. And of course, another one is that no student on campus can survive for 3 months without the use of hot plate. We have 67.1% of Nigerians living in abject poverty. About 112 of the 172 million of the population lives in poverty. We cannot afford kerosene. It's 220 naira per liter, and on campus they sell it higher than that. These are issues. So students want these things addressed, and they want their ID cards before examination, because they've been denied that for 3 semesters. So we did our own part as union leaders. And of course, history will remember that we did that. But the management refused to play its own role in forestalling this crisis, and it happened. So the blame should be put on the university management. First of all, it is the culture of each university in this country to suspend unions whenever they feel threatened. Unions usually challenge the policies of university authorities around the country. And of course, the non-presence of a union is usually a burden lifted off the neck for several university administrators. However, I will state today that the Students' Union of the University of Ibadan has come to stay. It is a body that will outlive all of us. And by every legitimate means necessary, we are going to fight for the restatement of our union, including dialogue. So the university cannot survive. In fact, if there is no student union in a university, there is no university.